Hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you for joining me. My name is V Valera, and I'm the author of Readers. Information on how to purchase my book is below, and as well as links to my other platforms where you can connect to me. And for those of you who are wondering how you can donate to my channel. That is the most direct way possible. I'm very grateful if you are led to do so. It helps keep the channel going, and I very much want to be there for you. So, enough with the introductions. What I'm doing today, what we are doing today, was born out of something I was watching last night, and it hit me so hard. I basically wanted to do a reading last night, but it was late, and I thought, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. But this has been on my mind for a week, but I'm now at a point where, after I had seen that, it's the best time to do it. Divine timing, right? So today, what I wanted to do for my 144s is, well, to let you know, my spiritual task is to pass on the messages to the 144s, okay? And also to help the 144s because can be a long journey. And I think for some of you, you're new to the journey, which is possibly, I'm getting a feeling like some people have been seeking out information about it because they're newly discovering who they are. So, all right. So last night I was watching something and he said something so profound. Okay. Of the parts in the body, the mind, the body itself, and the heart, and of course other parts, but of the body, the only place that can hold both the negative and the positive, the dark and the light, is the heart. And if you think about it, that's so true because the mind, it's very analytical, but I think the way it functions, it veers towards one way. It can be like a light-minded, mind, or dark-minded mind. And that's with the mind. But I think energetically speaking, they're saying that the heart is the only place capable of holding both the shadow and the light. So the reading for today, what I wanted to do is talk about the shadow side and the light side. Because I think if you're a 144, obviously there's not too much material out there. And let's face it, it's a topic that not too many people talk about or know about or want to talk about or want to know about. So it's like, it's hard to build knowledge for yourself. So I want to share with you things that I have discovered along the way, and that, of course, messages that are being conveyed to me. So with what he said last night, where the heart is the only organ or part of the body that can hold both the shadow and the light. Let's talk about the shadow, okay? Now, just throughout history, through literature, everyday speaking, the shadow side is always looked down upon, right? It's always, just like in Star Wars, you have Darth Vader, then you have Luke Skywalker. That's an archetypal, dark versus light battle. But I think, and this is what I've discovered, let me know if you have too, I think we focus so much in society on the superficial part and the external part, superficial meaning on the surface, and the external part of pushing away the dark, pushing away the shadow, and then only wanting the light. That is, I get it. I understand where that's coming from. You know, mommies and daddies, they don't want their kids to focus on bad stuff, right? And we're brought up that way. Don't focus on that bad stuff, you know. But here's the thing, we all do something bad because we all experiment. We all, you know, stumble, do things that aren't great, and then figure out, okay, that's something I should not do again. And then as time goes on, it gets perpetuated. You know, don't, you know, all the way down the line, don't even touch the dark side. Don't even touch the shadow side. But I'm here to tell you that it's not exactly true. Okay, so for the 144s, for the burden that you have, in order to carry out your spiritual task, you must become spiritually strong, energetically strong, right? And that it also includes mentally strong. But the question is, how do we get there, right? And if we grow up listening to the, you know, don't even touch the dark side, don't even, you know, entertain any thought of the dark side, then how can we be truly balanced? Because it's just like a teeter-totter, right? A seesaw. You have the dark and the light. And, you know, so remember the seesaw, you have someone here, you know, you go back and forth. But if they're the same weight, you ever play that on the playground? If they're the same weight and you do it just right, you and your friend are suspended in midair, and it's all equal, and it's a complete balance. So that is actually what the goal is for us, for anybody. Actually, we're taught so much to chase away the darkness, but in chasing away the darkness, we create a void within ourselves, because it's like a sphere, you know, a round ball, and say there's two halves. In chasing away the darkness, you leave a void. This half is void, and then the, you know, the person, the spirit can wander around for so long wondering what is missing. Now, I know I might be jumping a little bit, but so the purpose of this reading today is to let you know that it is okay, and it is, I'm going to venture out and say, recommended to embrace both the shadow and the light, because in only in embracing the shadow and the light do we have a whole. When we go too much, you know, and you know, I know, you know, if you've been watching for a long time, not my channel, but YouTube or Instagram, you see them. Sometimes people veer so much to the light, and they're just, it's imbalanced. They're just so much to the light. And then you have the flip side where there's so, you know, some of the channels or Instas are so dark. You're just like, okay. So we're never really shown, maybe you've seen it, but I haven't seen it much. We're never really shown, let me not say never, we're not really shown places where we can embrace, where someone embraces the shadow and the light. So the message for you today is, it is okay to have both the shadow and the light. And so for those of you wondering what shadow means you know, the not so great parts of us, the parts that, you know, we don't want to face, the catty parts, the selfish parts, the greedy parts, the impatient parts, the bitchy parts, the mean parts. You know, we want to chase those away and only be the light. But we are born energetically balanced. We have shadow and light. And the reason why I'm doing this whole reading is to let you know that when you embrace your shadow and your light, you become whole, balanced, and strong. And when you're strong, you can go out there and carry out your spiritual tasks. I should have just led with that, but I was trying to let you know my thought process on it. So I hope I explained that right. And the reason why I'm saying this too is because when I had embraced my shadow side, meaning, all the parts of me that, I didn't like, for instance, I mean, it goes along the same line, but is not, doesn't fall too much into this category, but I thought that I didn't have to, or I shouldn't embrace the masculine energy of myself. I thought, a girl is supposed to be a girl. And I thought that the masculine part was something I should chase away. And I'm not saying I'm, there's nothing wrong with that, being masculine. But I didn't know as a woman that, or as a girl, that it was okay to have both those sides. So once I embraced these energies, the masculine and the feminine energies, I became very whole. And I'm not saying masculine is a dark side, a shadow side. I'm not saying that, but it's an example. But no, along the lines of the shadow side, I know I can be, hot-tempered. I know I can get, get really mad, like only hear a little bit of information and then get mad quick, fly off the handle. I mean, I'm not saying like, go down the boulevard like a gorilla getting mad, but I would just be mad first and not really think through everything that I was thinking I should be mad about. So when I embraced that part of myself, saying, okay, you do that. So you know this now. You understand this. When I embraced that, I pretty much stopped being that way. It was strange, right? It was just what I was saying. I spent my life chasing that part away, thinking that is no good. But once I faced it and said, okay, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. These are all the things that you do. And I said, I looked in the mirror and I said, yep, I do. Those are all the things that I do. Ugh. Ugh, I hate this mirror. But once I looked at it and I knew that those were the parts of me, I said, you know what? Fundamentally, you are a part of me. And, I came to the point where I truly loved myself. So I said, shadow side, you are a part of me. And as a part of me, I love you too. I understand. And as that kept happening, as I progressed with the mirror and balancing myself, I started becoming more whole. Now, it doesn't mean I'm perfect, by no means, but I started embracing my shadow self rather than putting it down or chasing it away. Because like I said, fundamentally, it is a part of me. And only in us being whole can we be really strong, right? It's hard to break this circle, right? Because you're whole. But if you have only half, it's easy to collapse it. You see what I mean? Do you love these hand puppet things? It's the most I can do on this camera. I'm sorry. Okay, so that is my message to you. That is the message that was bursting out of my heart since last night to tell you, because it is part of the series that I wanted to discuss, and that's how I came to it. So with that said, let's go on with your reading. On your deck today, in lieu of all the things that I was saying, I wanted to infuse your deck with love, with the rose quartz, my carite. I think some people say charite, but I just say carorite. Oh hell, carite. Gotta put that back there. Tiger's eye for protection. Of course, salt and pepper. Jasper for balance, and dragon's blood for courage. All things that I would like to wish you for your journey. So I'll put these back. Also yesterday, or the last video that I had, I realized I put this rose quartz in here and it just looked phallic throughout the love reading. So I was like, nice, great. So I apologize. And just so you know that I am on the right path with the message I'm trying to convey. When I shuffled, well, when I first opened my cards today, this deck, and I turned it over, I like to look at the bottom and see. The spirits always have some type of message for me. When I turned it over, it had the World card. So, and what that told me is that, you know, a couple things. One, this is a message that should go out to the world. Two, a new phase is happening. And I know you see it and you feel it too, 144s. And then it was also showing me the circle, the World card, the whole. So I felt I was on the right path. And like I said, a lot of times they'll just be like, get up and do reading. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to ask the spirits for any messages they have for the 144s regarding shadow and light and the balance between the two, the balance of the two. Here we go. Ooh, it's a little wild today. Okay. We have the first two cards. Okay. We have more cards. That was interesting, right? Oh, also, I didn't say it, but I know you know it. I also had prayed and meditated on the cards earlier, so I didn't just bust them out. Okay, here we go. Just 4 more cards. Okie dokie. Two more cards. Okay. Okay. You guys get to see the wildness when shuffling. Okay. One more. Okay. Last card. One more card. Wonder if they just, okay. our 3 cards. Let me see if they want it like that. No, they want this one. And then here we go again with our side conversations. Let me make sure the camera's in focus. Okay, here we go. Message from the spirits to the 144s regarding shadow and light and the balance of the two. Right. 8 of Wands. 3 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. 10 of Cups. 9 of Wands. King of Swords. Prince of Cups. Queen of Cups. King of Swords. Whoa. This is very, very... All right, I think after looking at these cards, I think that the first half of this video where I had conveyed that message about embracing the shadow and the light within us, both within us, I think that was the message that they wanted you to hear. And now this looks like a reading for the divine masculine, the divine feminine. So, because it tells me nothing about balance. It tells me nothing about shadow. Looks like a relationship. So, yeah. See here? You have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. And then, my friends, you can't write this. If you look back to all my 144 Divine Masculine Feminine readings, the Divine Feminine always comes up as a Queen of Swords, and the Divine Masculine always comes up as a King of Swords. So, like I said, I'm just here to convey the messages. All right, let me try to hear what they're saying about used to. Okay, here we go. Okay, so again, I'm getting horizontal and vertical messages. So let me go through them. 8 of Wands is messages coming in quickly. Wands are action. See them shooting in. So there are messages coming in quickly. This is the past. This is the past line, the line for the past. So messages came in quickly between the divine masculine and the divine feminine for some of you. So there was a lot of interaction before, but there is not now. And it's a heartbreak. It's created heartbreak, grief, depression. I'm not going to go as far to say it's a broken heart, because it's not what I'm feeling. It created the sensation of heartbreak, but not a broken heart. And 4 of Pentacles, it's been stagnant between you, stagnation. So before you guys were interacting a lot, then it stopped. This could also be a third party situation. Yeah, so this is him, and then he may have been dating other people, or these are swords, so those are thoughts, or he's had 2 specific people, 2 significant people on his mind, and he's been really split down the middle about it. is caused stagnation between the two of you. Okay. So the second line is, okay, this is what I'm reading. Of these two women, and this is also going back on some of the readings, you know, because they're pulling those readings. They're pulling from those readings. They're showing me those readings. Okay. So of these two women, those he is considering in his mind, one of them is the Queen of Swords. Divine Feminine, this is you. This Two of Pentacles is my card for twin flame. When this comes up, this is a very, well, very significant relationship, very profound. It's my card for twin flame. So you may be a 144 set, okay? An old soul, for sure. Okay, so this line reads, his counterpart is the Queen of the Queen of, wow, I wonder why I said Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. I know there's Pentacles here, but Queen of, I'm thinking that's significant or going to resonate for someone. So his counterpart is the Queen of Swords. And should he go with her, this decision that he's making in his heart space, it will lead to true emotional fulfillment, abundance, happiness. And they're showing me the moon. So this could happen by, I've been getting these messages. So it's going to happen by a full moon. The problem is I don't know which full moon. Full moon coming up or a month from that full moon coming up. But it will happen in the full, this is what I'm hearing. It's, I want to say by the full moon, by the next full moon. That's the word, by the next full moon. So that's a bit of a vague timeline as well, but the full moon is going to be significant. So like I've said before, the spirit world does not rely on watches or clocks. They go by the phases of the moon. That is their time. So one by a full moon. Okay. And then the third line, right now, this Nine of Pentacles, or sorry, okay, Nine of Pentacles, that's significant. I'm telling you, things are just coming out of my mouth. So it's a Queen of Pentacles and a Nine of Pentacles. That's going to be significant for someone. Okay, Nine of Wands is a card for separation or feeling embattled. But right now, the King of Swords, the Divine Masculine, he is separated from you. He's separated from you through his own actions. However, he doesn't want to be. And then this last card is always the future card. This one is Prince of Cups. It's one of my favorite cards because it's an invitation. And I'm always excited to know what an invitation is. So he is not happy that you guys are separated, and he knows it's by his own doing. You can see him looking at this woman here. They're not even facing each other. He's looking at her. His face is like he's longing for her. Okay. And I think in the future he's going to extend an invitation soon. Maybe, so that's a cup, which is, it's a Prince of Cups. So it's not a King of Cups. It's a Prince of Cups. So it's like a small feeling, it'll probably be some small gesture, an invitation of some sorts. Maybe even to chat. Eight of Wands messages. Now I'm going to jump to the side conversation because, you know, different cards, I'm going to put it like this, different cards, different signs always, they have different cards. It's like these two can be Aquarius, an air sign. Nine of Pentacles can be Capricorn, but so can the Devil card, that type of thing. So divine masculine, feminine, yes, these are you too, but these are you as well. So they're just showing me, if not highlighting, the divine feminine. This is a cups. So you may have, and then there's the moon. You may have a water moon sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. He's got his stuff together. So this is another aspect of you guys I'm hearing. And then divine feminine, he likes this about you. He likes that you're caring. And then conversely, divine feminine, you like this about him. You like the fact that he's passionate and that he's kingly. So he's king. He's acquired his wealth already. And I'm not saying he's, Mr. Moneybags, but you're not dealing with a Prince of Wands. You're dealing with someone who knows how to, they're saying he knows how to work. He's acquired his wealth. He's acquired his coin. And he knows what to do with his wealth. See the wand? The wand is referring to action. So he knows how to handle himself. He's a very passionate individual. I'm hearing worldly. He knows how to. They're saying he knows how to adult. He knows how to carry on in his life. It's not someone that you're going to have to. I hate to say this word, but it's not someone you're going to have to train. It's not someone, divine feminine, it's not someone you're going to have to raise. And women, you know what I'm saying. So these are other aspects of the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Now let me read to you the vertical message because they're showing me things as well. So messages are coming in quickly. Okay, we're going this way. Messages were coming in quickly between the two, between the counterparts. Then they got separated. He's feeling a little embattled too. Divine Masculine, is feeling a little embattled by the separation. He knows, this is what I'm hearing, he knows that she can nurture him in a way that no other woman can, because she understands him. You see, when you have a pair in a reading, that means they are soulmates. Okay, they have a very, very strong connection. And being counterparts, you understand that. But that is the significance in the fact that that both of you showed up in this reading. It's incredible. So let me read down this line. You two, between the two of you, there is heartbreak, grief, depression. You would like to be with each other, but there is this, see this sword? They're showing me it's just splitting you guys down the middle. He's got to take care of this third party situation. You guys are just being pierced by the sword, just being like, it's like just being separated, split down the middle. Okay, then this line, stagnation, emotional fulfillment, and then an invitation. So this is the future. And again, it ends with the Prince of Cups. There is stagnation in your relationship, but there is, and here we go again with the circle. They always show me the circle. There is emotional fulfillment, abundance, and happiness on the other side. See? They're saying on the other side of whatever it is you're going through. So it's within reach. And some of you are going to get an invitation soon. I'm not saying a knock at your door or a formal invitation written paper. I don't know, maybe. Let us know if that's what happens. But you're going to get some type of invitation, some type of communication. I'm hearing maybe some of you may even get like a love letter. So that's a love letter. I didn't say no love letter, but that's a love letter, not a formal invitation. So some of you may get a love letter. All right. I can't believe this. But, at this point in time in my life, I should be able to believe this. I mean, I do believe it, but, when you see this stuff, you're like, oh my God. The spirits amaze me every day, every second, every minute. The day that they stop, I must have reached some type of enlightenment, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. Okay, let us read for this. 3 of Swords, right? I want to know about that. Dear spirits, please tell us about the 3 of Swords for the 144. Balls. Okay, what I do is whenever I read into something, I take all of the cards. So they got a ton to talk about that. So we have, new beginnings, temptation. It's a devil card. 5 of Cups, 2 of Wands, 9 of Cups, 9 of Okay, guys, I just want, go ahead and rewind the video. What was I saying earlier? I was saying 9 of Pentacles. It just kept coming out of my mouth. 9 of Pentacles. Okay, the Strength card and the Prince of Pentacles. Lord, this is a reading within a reading. Okay, so we asked what's going on here with the 3 of Swords. Okay. So we have the new card, the New Beginnings. That's the Fool card in the Rider-Waite deck. We have the Temptation card, which is the Death card. Nope, I'm sorry. The Devil card in the Rider-Waite deck. And what was I saying is the other aspect of 9 of Pentacles. The Devil card. Had I said Death card? I'm sorry. Devil card and the 9 of Pentacles. This is a Capricorn. 5 of Cups. The Heartbreak. Okay. This is a mixture of the divine masculine, divine feminine, what's going on. So, I hear it. So, the divine feminine would really like a new beginning. And this is the Devil card. The Devil card is usually a card for vices, temptations, probably the dark side of our nature. It's not bad. It's just like I was talking about earlier. It's just the shadow side. So the divine feminine would like a new beginning, and she's going through these feelings of just her mind goes to the dark side about the whole situation, and she's very tempted to really think negatively of the situation. Her mind just goes, she has to really work hard at this is what I'm hearing. Fortifying herself against these vices, her temptation to go down that, way of thinking, because this is 5 of Cups. It's a card for spilt milk. Yeah, sorry, I had to get that in focus. So she's wanting a new beginning, and she has been just struggling inside with all her vices, her temptation to go off the rails in her mind about, oh, this is never going to work out, and how could this possibly happen, and what is it about me, and just that whole, her mind's been swirling, and she looks like this. Divine Feminine, some of you may be feeling like this, forlorn, thinking all these things aren't working out. But what do I always say? This is my card for spilt milk. We're so focused on what has spilled that we forget that there's 2 cups still filled with whatever our favorite beverage is. And cups are feelings. So, this is like a really fun part about this tarot card. What is still standing? A pair of cups, 2 of Cups. What is the meaning for 2 of Cups? Union. So she's focused on the things that aren't happening. This is what her mind is struggling with. She's got to understand and realize and focus on that she does have a union. It's just not here yet. But she does have a union. Now, whether or not counterparts will come into union, that is totally up to you guys. That's the point of the series. Like, who you are. Right now the world needs you. Everyone needs to step up, and any shenanigans that a 144 is doing is not helpful. And remember, you guys are stronger together than you are apart. And also, they want me to remind you that it's not just about a romantic relationship, and you might not be romantic. You might be, in this incarnation, you might be male-male, not a love interest male-male, but you might be like really, really 2 friends that are just really compelled to be together to do things. So there might be some type of rift between you because you're both working on yourselves. But at this point in time, which is a very significant point in time, which is why you were created, it's time to bury the hatchet, they said. Shoo all of that away and get together and do what you're supposed to do. And what you're supposed to do, let me come back to that. So this one is 2 of Wands, which is venture, adventure, or business venture. But it's also a decision of what action to take. This is the Divine Masculines line. And this had come from a previous reading as well. He knows what he wants to do. It's just a matter of him taking action. Wands are action. He's on the fence. Do you see this? There's literally a fence there. One wand is on the other side of the fence. And as you can see, apologize, there is wide open spaces on the other side of that wall, the other side of that fence. So he's got one wand in there, and it's like the wide open spaces. And then he's got this other wand. Okay, this is what they're telling me. This other wand that's here on this side of the fence, and as you can see, it's standing on terra firma, firm ground. So I'm hearing that these are the 2 women in his life, the 2 significant women. He knows one is just can offer him the world, and then one is the safer bet. Because this is what I'm hearing. He's scared of who he is. And that's why we're all going through this time. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say all, but that's why some pairs are going through this time, waiting. Oops, wrong card. Waiting to see, or waiting, like kind of like tick tock, or tapping our heels. I'm trying to find the Divine Masculine. Waiting for the Divine Masculine to discover himself. It's like The divine feminine, you discovered who you were some time ago. You've always had an inkling, just this real innate pull that told you that you were different, and you freely dove into that and acquired all the knowledge you could about it, and are still acquiring knowledge that you can about it. While he's not fully awakened yet. He might have gotten a taste of the knowledge here in the communications. He had a taste of the knowledge, but he was not ready to he was not ready to wrap his head around the information. They said he's having a time of it processing, because he's stuck between, this is what they're showing me, he's stuck between the ethereal and the mundane worlds. He has one, let's call them feet. He has one foot in each world, and he doesn't know which one he wants to go with. But should he decide, let me put this in focus, sorry. Should he decide to take action and go with the one with the ethereal decision, it's going to be with his divine feminine. They're going to have, should he go with her, he's going to have wish fulfillment, abundance. He's going to get the girl, the girl, the one in the movies that everybody wants, if he decides. Now, this is also about the divine masculine. He has Prince of Pentacles is my card for opportunity. He has an opportunity to gain strength. This is twofold. He has the opportunity to gain strength about this, and he will also need strength for an opportunity coming up. And that is most likely this one, the opportunity to invite you, to connect to you, maybe even express his love for you. It's a beginning love, because it's a little cup, it's a Prince of Cups, but hey, I think that's healthy, right? If he had this like amazeballs, wild love for you, and you guys have barely known each other, counterpart or not, it's a little, you're just kind of a little like, okay, that's a lot, divine masculine, right? It's always about balance. Name of the game is balance, because in being balanced, you're not going to get thrown off balance. And it's very important for 144s to have sure footing. Okay, so that was the card for what's going on in the heart space of the divine feminine and divine masculine. I hope you understood that part. I'm going to just put these guys here on this card so that we can see your pretty faces. Okay, let's see what this is. Love. Okay, Brother Rumi wants to come out. Let's see what he has to say. He's saying he needs to come out because this is he's saying profound love. And you need profound words. And I'm telling you, 144s, like I said, this whole, what I wanted to do for today's reading was talk about balancing shadow and light within your heart space, so that you can become solid and balanced for your spiritual tasks. But this has also turned into a divine masculine feminine love reading. Okay, here we go. Let's ask what Brother needs to say for the 144s in conjunction with this reading. go. From nothing to everything. Wow. That already sounds amazing. Okay, let me set that down. I want to keep seeing your faces. Let me just put that there. Oh, still on his face. There we go. From nothing to everything. That sounds very auspicious, right? Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. That's a poem from Brother Rumi. Okay, let me find your oracle reading. Okay, this oracle comes with guidance for you. You are being asked to let go to receive, to become empty to be filled. This may mean letting go of attachment to a lover so you can receive genuine love. It may be of no longer holding on to a fantasy of your dream job, but of being guided into your most soulful and successful vocation. It may mean letting go of wishes for your body or health, to be other than it is, so you can simply get on with living each day, taking steps into wellness without thinking beyond one day at a time. It is the divine paradox that when we are asked to surrender a story or fantasy, it is because reality is knocking at our door, more often than not, with the delivery of what we have been fantasizing about, but in the best way for us. Holy cow. So that speaks to the masculine or the divine masculine and the divine feminine. The divine masculine, the message was in the message was speaking to his let me pull the card out. Where are you? Okay. The message was speaking to his attachment to the one that is not the divine feminine. It's like, okay, this is what I'm hearing. It's like he is so afraid to let go of the other one, not the divine feminine. He's so afraid to let go of the other one because it's been a safety net for him. I'm hearing. She's a safety net for him. She has been there for him for a long time. So she's something that he's used to, not necessarily someone he's still in, still in love with, but he's scared. He's scared if he lets go of that one. He doesn't really know the divine feminine, not as long as he did the other one. He does the other one. So he's scared, like, if I let go of this, and they're not necessarily together, but just kind of intertwined in some way, I'm thinking they're probably married but not divorced yet, or maybe the divorce proceeding isn't over yet, or there's some stall in their divorce proceeding, or even energetically, like he's afraid if he lets that go, what he knows, what he's familiar with, he's like, what could possibly be between me? Because see, he doesn't understand who he is yet. So he doesn't understand that divine masculine has a divine feminine. Okay, he doesn't understand that yet. That's why I keep saying he's still waking up. He's waking up to all these concepts. He's waking up to himself. He's waking up to his abilities, divine masculine. A lot of you 144s have abilities. He's waking up to that. So he's got a lot to deal with. And see the thoughts, these thoughts pain him. He's like overwhelmed. So he's afraid to let her go. And Rumi is saying, if you let the familiar go, you'll be so, because he does fantasize about the divine feminine. So Brother Rumi is saying to him, if you let this one go, you may actually get the one that you're fantasizing about. But how can she arrive when you haven't made room? Right? See how she's not there? So if he lets go of this, he makes room in the heart space for the other one to exist, to be present. And then the message for the divine feminine for that oracle card was that the divine feminine, because she knows who she is and she's known who she is for a very long time, she knows what road, what path. I mean, she's really the epitome of a woman, right? She knows exactly where she wants to go. She's a little impatient, and she as well fantasizes about the divine masculine. But their brother Rumi is saying for her to let go of the fantasy, because it's a little bit part of chasing energy. You know, when you hold on to soap in the shower, try it. You hold on to soap, and what happens? You hold on to it really hard, right? The soap pops out of your hand. So that's chasing energy, because you're using energy to chase it. So that energy is pushing away what you want even further. But if you stay still and just calm, the soap will stay in your hands. It's not going anywhere, and it arrives. So that is what he's saying. If you let go of the fantasy, divine feminine, you can make room for the real person to come in to your heart space. Wow, that's heavy duty. That's heavy duty. Okay, the White Light Oracle wants to convey a message. Someday I'm going to get a even larger table. Okay, here we go. Asking for one oracle for the 144s in conjunction with this reading. 11, 1, message for the 144s. Okay. Whew. Sometimes it startles me how these guys pop out. Because remember, I shuffle with my eyes closed, so I'm always like, whoa. Okay, first one is the Yogini of 285 hertz. By the way, have you guys been checking out the hertz in your readings? Doesn't matter the sequence. Both call. Holy cow. Tantra of 639 hertz. I wonder what that's going to be about. You guys are, I don't even know. I don't even know what y'all are thinking. Okay, Yogini of 285 hertz. Changes in your life, including closing doors or missed opportunities, are not going to derail your fulfillment. Realignments are happening based on divine wisdom and timing. You are being diverted from unnecessary obstacles and suffering. Trust in how your life path is unfolding. Stay true to your authentic healing journey because it is working, whether you realize that or not. Significant inner healing is taking place. Okay, I'm getting two messages for that. One, okay, the divine masculine, he is now watching these videos. Okay, he may not have been before, but now he is. Maybe this isn't his first one, but maybe like the first, maybe the most recent one or two. So he's discovering who he is. And he's had troubles in his heart space. Like I said, he's still figuring out who he is. He's still trying to wrap his head around all of it. And the message for him is that you know, you just what the oracle had said, you are healing as all of this is taking place. You may not know it, but you are healing, divine masculine. You are being healed because I, I get the sense you are working on it. You're working on it to the best of your ability, as far as you know, because this is such a whole new world for you. So it's just words of comfort to let you know that, you know, the divine, they're saying the divine has you in the palm of his hand, and you are being healed. You are being taken care of. His mind is like a whirlwind. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. That's the second time I've used that phrase. I used that phrase in another earlier reading. So he's been spinning, but the spinning is winding down, and he's going to get to a point where he's going to learn to calm himself and begin to methodically understand who he is. Okay. And then the second message, that's actually the second message, but I didn't want to lose it. The first message was that during this time of the coronavirus, you guys, many people all over the world are separated due to quarantine, which is fine because that helps flatten the curve, right? But during this time, you are both being worked on by the divine and within. Okay, and you guys being in quarantine, just so you know, it's stay in quarantine, okay? I know that you're supposed to do your spiritual acts, you know, but here's a phrase, you are being diverted from unnecessary obstacles and suffering. Okay, so if you're being quarantined, you're at home, they're saying, trust in how your life path is unfolding. It's okay, they said. Okay, and the 144s, as far as I can tell, they're saying a lot of you are being spared from suffering. So use that right now. They said recuperate. Your path is unfolding. You're going to know. You're going to know what to do. And also for some of you, you may be able to conduct some good online. Okay? So keep being encouraging and reaching out, you know, because a lot of the world is separated now, but that doesn't mean that we can't connect to each other literally online, but connect to each other online with in true connection. They're saying, you know, offer words of comfort online, try to do what you can online, provide online. They're saying, I'm seeing like donations to charities. So, okay, that's that card. Let's see what she has to say. Excuse me. Eschew complicated explanations as you seek the simplicity of the deepest truth of your heart. Gently but firmly cast aside that which does not resonate as being true for your heart. Focus upon and speak from a higher spiritual perspective. All prayers are answered at the perfect time and in the perfect way. You have a powerful voice which can foster healing and wisdom on our planet. Holy cow, that's just what I was saying. Sometimes I do that. Lots of times I do that. I say the message and then we get to the next card and that's exactly what I said. Excuse me. So, yes, you have a powerful voice which can foster healing and wisdom on our planet. So keep doing what you're doing out there, 144s. If you've already begun that spiritual task, or if you are gearing up to do it, that is a way. Foster healing and wisdom on our planet with loving words, they said. Okay, and now we have the Tantra of 639 hertz. I don't know what y'all are doing in there. Let's see. Be open to that which seems unfamiliar or different. You will experience a breakthrough as you embrace an unusual approach. You are on a soul path of accelerated spiritual growth, which is swifter but not always easier. You do not have to contrive your own happiness, but you can dip into the bliss within your body to lighten your mental state and remind yourself everything is working out beautifully. Let me hear this. Okay, this one I'm hearing. See that? If you look at this card, that's why I was teasing, because if you look at the card, you can see it looks very steamy. But the description that I just read kind of doesn't go with what I'm feeling. What I'm hearing is some of you, 144s, some of you are already reaching out to each other. Your souls are already reaching out to each other. This is already happening with some of you, and you may not have even met personally. Because that phrase, going within yourselves, Lord, I have to look it up again. I want to get the exact phrase. Okay, but you can dip into the bliss within your body to lighten your mental state and remind yourself everything is working out beautifully. Okay, so yeah, some of you are already visiting each other. Some of you are already going within and connecting to each other. I mean, more power to you, you know. And but that requires, well, that would be the souls visiting. I do not, and when I say do not, I do not recommend astral projection, okay? Unless you are fully versed in that and you know exactly what to do and how to do it safely, that is not for you, friend. And don't even get tempted during this quarantine. And I don't know, they're like, well, don't remind them, but I already said it and you guys are already doing it. But I think it's your soul's visiting. You're not, I mean, you're not astraling, you're just at night, at the witching hour. You guys are already visiting each other. Interesting. Well, you know, that's why you guys are 144s. You are very compelled to be with each other because you're very old souls and you know each other from long ago. And then remember, not all 144s are here, right? Not all 144s are romantic, and not I don't even want to say it, but like not all 144s are twin flames. Like, twin flames aren't. I want to say twin flames aren't 144s. I might be misspeaking right now because my mind is going fast, but my message about that is that, like in the last video, they don't want you to get so fixated on being a twin flame, because that just, it's a very vague, ambiguous concept where your concept, what is for you is a more solid foundation. Twin flames, it's the phrase has just really gotten out of hand, and there's a lot of people who are just, the online reader world, a lot of people are just really focused on that romantic aspect. But 144s have a more serious task. Okay, I'll just leave it at that because I'll just leave it at that. All right, so, all right, Archangel Michael wants to come out. I was going to see if the gods and titans want to come out, but they do not want to come out, strangely enough. 144s, we always need a blessing from Archangel Michael. And if you haven't already, look into him and get familiar with him. He is one of the major players, major guides on the 144 journey, because 144s need protection wherever they go. You will be very surprised what you can encounter, you will encounter, you have encountered. Okay, here we go. One oracle for the 144s. Conjunction with this reading. Ooh. Okay. I wonder if wonder if Archangel Michael is busy right now. Okay. He's just waiting for the right card to come up. Okay. 2. Gonna let it fall because that one was neither out nor in. Okay. First card we have Archangel Michael himself. Okay, I was just kidding, Archangel Michael, when I asked if you were around. And multi-dimensional healing. Holy cow. You can't write this stuff. Okay. Archangel Michael, eternal love and protection. Wasn't I just saying that? That is incredible. I love it when that happens. Okay, Archangel Michael says, I am always with you, and this moment I embrace you with my protective blue light. I have loved you before the dawn of time and will continue to love you forevermore. My love is eternal. It never changes, for we are timeless souls. Together we have journeyed through the ages. We have been the light of the sun and the grass of the fields. Millions of Earth years have passed, and yet here we are. Still the same light glows in our hearts, and the same grass carpets the fields with green. You have lived countless lives, and I am always with you, for I am the sky above you and the endless love inside your heart. I am a luminous, eternal essence. I am a sky full of endless love. I am forever with you, for we are one. Oh, that is so beautiful. He was coming in for that one. I wonder if he was like, I'll show you. He thought I wasn't here. I'm sorry, Archangel Michael. But this message is for you. There might be new 144s or maybe 144s. You don't know this yet. But like I said, Archangel Michael is very important on the journey because he is a very strong protector. Call upon him when you're in trouble. Call upon him to light your way. Call upon him to protect you. Okay, I know there with a lot of the spiritual missions and tasks that you go on, it is a little bit, I hate to use that word, but that's the phrase I have in my head. It's a little bit hairy out there. Okay, that's an old school phrase, so that's got to be resonating for someone. Okay, and then also in the oracle description, he's saying it was a wink to you. He's reminding you that, like I said, 144s are very old souls, so it was a wink to you. And he says, you have lived countless lives, and I am always with you. So if some of you are just discovering who you are or didn't know this part, it's a bit of a confirmation for you. You have lived countless lives, and I am always with you. He's showing me. He was with you during, he was with some of you even during the sands of Egypt. He's showing me he's wearing this, and he's showing me the hills of sand that are, in the movies about being in the, about the Middle East setting. But what I heard was Egypt. Okay, so 144s, if you would like to carry part of him with you and protection always, go get yourself a crystal called lapis lazuli, and that is his crystal, and it is blue like him and has specks of gold. Okay, wear it on you, put it in your pocket, whichever, but that is for your protection. It's reminding me of a dream last night. So some of you, if you haven't already, crystals are our friends. You need this protection, okay? All right, let's go to multi-dimensional healing, love and prayer. I'm going to do this one-handed, so forgive me. Okay. Here we go. Love and prayer. Are you willing to let go of all the fear and worry that serves no useful purpose in your life? If so, healing is available to you right now. Through the grace of love, the past, present, and future can be healed. Invite healing into your life through prayer. Talk to the angels and ask for their help. There is a sacred flame within you that can be activated by your command. Activate it now. The angels will help you if you believe and trust. This very moment you are being filled with healing light. Accept and do not doubt it. If tears flow, then let them, for this too is part of your healing. That which is most precious is inside you. Okay, so that was a message for, definitely for the 144s, but I sense it's for people who are very new to this concept. And when I say this concept, I mean 144 concept and also the spiritual world. Okay, so I'm getting a message. Some of you are walking this path thinking that you just walk it. You just do it. You just hop on the road and you just do it. Many of you are not understanding that we don't do this path alone. We have our guides, and we have the spiritual world that follows us, but we have our set of guides. Each person does, 144 or not. Who yours are, I don't know. I would have to read you, or another intuitive would have to read you who can see guides. But sometimes you instinctively know who that is, and you'll get signs like, for instance, no matter what prayer I did, I would always get Archangel Uriel and Archangel Ariel in my brain. And I had been meaning to look them up, and I finally looked them up. And then when I saw the meanings for those archangels, it all made sense. I was like, oh, that's why. And I just knew that they are one of my guides, or two of my guides. for different parts of what I have to do, right? So you're going to have stumbled upon signs. Okay, and I'm also hearing that. So these are angels showing up. So they're asking you. I mean, literally in the thing. Some of you are walking this path alone. You need to invoke Archangel Michael's protection and talk to your angels, your guides. If you don't believe in angels, that's okay, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist. They do exist. If you would like, just call on your guides. It could be your ancestors too, but definitely invoke Archangel Michael, his protection, not him, his protection, and definitely talk to your guides. Talk to them like how I'm talking to you. You'd be very surprised. And then they will start showing up. Their answers will start showing up in songs, in numbers. Do you all get the number 444, 333, 222, 888? Okay, 1111. So they'll start showing up like that. And some animals. There's a butterfly in her heart chakra. Okay, so that's them talking to you. Now, the reason why that's important is, like I said earlier, 144s, you travel down a spiritual path that is lined with other energies that you may not be familiar with, and you need this protection. Okay, there are negative energies and lower energies that you may encounter on your spiritual path. Remember, being a 144, becoming one, being chosen one, volunteering to be one, as soon as that happened, the enemy became the world. What that means is that the things that you will have to do won't always jive with what's happening around the world. So people will disagree. They won't see what your end game is. And you don't have to tell them. You don't have to tell them. You just keep doing your spiritual task. Because remember, the majority are not going to understand why you keep doing what you do. You may be an outcast to some of your friends, but you know inside who you are and what you need to do. And I keep saying what you need to do. And I think we touched on that earlier. What you need to do, meaning your spiritual task. Are you meant to uplift people? Are you meant to start an organization that helps people? Are you meant to help an organization that's already helping people? Are you meant to be a voice for those who have none? Those types of things. And when you get tired, make sure they're saying, ground yourself within us. Tap into the universe for your energy. Don't tap it in. Don't tap into the mundane, into the world. Mother Gaia, yes, the earth, but don't think that anything mundane, earthly, is going to provide you the energy that you need, the energetic things that you need. Okay. So that concludes today's reading. Like I said, it was starting out as shadow and light, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. I hope it clarified some things. I hope it touched some of your hearts. I hope that it provided clarity when you need it and strength. So just to let you know, this is my spiritual task. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to all who keep tuning in and listening. And also welcome to the new 144s. Those who have just newly awakened or have just newly found found us, found the others. Sending you my gratitude, love, and blessings. I hope that you're all safe and healthy. Stay well, my friends, and please drop a message and let me know how you're doing. Also, if you suspect that someone's a 144, I mean, we're very few and far between, you know, share the videos. All right. Have a good one. And again, sending you blessings and love and light.